Oh, fellow light workers, I've decided I really like that term because all of us, with all of our conversations here, are spreading such love and joy around the world at a time where we all need it so badly, and it's needed by the people around us as well. This week, as Dr. Eric and Jillian were talking about the nature of suspicion, before I heard them speak, I went into the inside part of myself and thought I needed to go into awe and wonder about what that really meant to me. And I ended up going in a very different direction because immediately I thought, I suspect that I still have so much more to learn. That's my suspicion. But when I think about the word suspicion, let me read the definition. The first definition I found said, a feeling or thought that something is possible, likely, or true. And that's where I went. But the second definition was continue cautious or distrust. Now, how many of us went to distrust as soon as we heard that word? I would have gone to that place not very long ago because of not stopping for a look inside to discern what that word meant to me. And, in a Reconnective Healing session, we share with our clients that it's a chance to expand your awareness, open up that internal wisdom of your healing potential, all of the movement towards that infinite mind of understanding. And I always thought about the fact that my near-death experience took me into that infinite mind. I was there and embellished and all around it. And yet I'm in a place in my human body that has that awareness now. Now, I always heard the heart is the bridge for those two places. But today I'd like to challenge you a little bit. I heard a new term from Suzanne Giesemann this week where she said the heart is a mediator. And I thought, wow, that just grabbed at me. What a truth that is. Our heart is the mediator between that human self with that awareness intact to our human self and to the infinite mind. It's the heart that is the discerning part in understanding where a thought came from. When we think of our two minds, for a moment, let's think of ourselves as three human selves. Our human self in that place where, this just as a representation, when I think of the human part of myself, just ordinary rock and sprinkles a little bit that are sparkly. But then there's the other in the middle, there's a human self that has been opened to the awareness of my infinite self. And when we become aware that that infinite self is living inside of us, it opens up the inner knowing of ourselves and connects us with that infinite mind. And I think of that infinite mind, and I'm using this picture just because I think of my NDE, and when I was in that place, we only get glimpses of that amazing light and unconditional love and some of the miracles that happened in our lives. And yet, our human self that sits in the middle of that is truly a marvelous, beautiful place to become more and more aware, that expansion that we tell you about in a Reconnective Healing, because there's no separation here. We understand the oneness, but it's the activity of our mind that's the link. And the mind is connecting with that heart in the way that discernment takes place. That's the instinct. Peter Penegor is somebody that I enjoy. I don't know if you're familiar with him. And he said, take that infinite mind of heaven and put it in your heart. I love that. Heaven living in my heart helps me discern every decision that I make. And we have that power to find out that love is not a belief system. Love is infinite awareness of the truth that lives in us. Love has no suspicion. Love is trust, and trusting that instinct that lives in that human body that's aware. And we can learn to trust more and more often when we realize that the infinite mind is there for us at any moment. But we're living a human life. We don't need to apologize for that. We were sent here to live in this. So be love, be human, and enjoy the discernment to make that life beautiful. Thank you. I'd love to hear your thoughts and ideas. Talk to you again.